Good morning, everybody. Eric here from EFBM, and I'm going to put you guys over here while I drive. But I forgot to post Friday. I recorded a video. I forgot to post it. And I was all set too. You know, my bride, my amazing bride, had arranged it to where I could just go and work out. I ended up getting over a 2-hour workout in on Friday. It felt fantastic. And it was awesome. I mean, I can't explain it. It was much needed therapy. That's pretty much all I can sum it up as. But, you know, look what happened. I enjoyed it so much, and I was able to relax so much that I forgot to post a video. That can happen. So, I apologize. Please forgive me. But there's the yawn. Just as I forgot to post a video, there are things about our everyday life that we may forget to do, especially if we're kind of off our routine. I'm used to working on Fridays, so for me, it was off of my normal routine. It felt a little weird. It felt more like a Saturday, which is what I think lended to me forgetting. So when something's a little out of the norm for you, it's easy to forget things. You know, if it's out of the norm, you may forget to do meal prep. You may forget to work out because it feels like an off day or a rest day. You know, there may be little things that are integral to your health and nutrition that you may forget to do. Make sure that you're on top of it. One thing that I do is I set reminders. I set reminders when to have green tea. I set reminders when to have a snack. I set reminders of when to drink water. I set reminders of when to eat, because I know myself. And I know that when I'm busy, when I'm focused on something, when I'm engaged in something, that I'll forget to eat. I'll forget to use the bathroom. You know, if I'm working in my garage, if I'm tinkering on a car or something, I'll go for 8-10 hours without ever stopping for water, for food, to use a restroom. And that's really unhealthy, but I do realize that about myself. So when I'm in the garage, and because my bride knows that about me, she lovingly comes and checks on me. You know, she'll pop her head in, hey, do you need anything? And that will snap me out of my stuff. And at times I can be a little frustrated, but for the most part, it snaps me out, and I realize, ooh, I am thirsty. Ooh, I do need to do this. Oh, wow, I need to use the restroom. And so those days that I get, you know, laser focused on one thing, I've got to make sure I set those reminders, those mental breaks to overcome, or so that I don't be tongue-tied. So I do not become overcome by those things that I forget. Now, as far as a workout, I'm going to be real honest. I had a down day yesterday. I was feeling kind of badly. Not badly. I was feeling kind of down self-esteem wise. You know what? Let's just call it what it is. I had a fat day yesterday. And I've put on some weight since ending P90X, and I've still been working out, but I've modified my diet to be more geared more towards muscle growth than fat loss. And so I have put on close to 10-12 pounds of muscle since Christmas, but I've also put on some fat. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, it wasn't a good thing for me mentally. And what I have to remember, that success isn't won or lost, gained or, you know, or lost on the scale. I have to look at what I'm able to do. I have to look at what I'm able to accomplish. I have to look at how I can push myself. You know, I may have had a fat day yesterday, but confession time, I have become addicted to non-traditional push-ups. What do I mean? Well, if it's non-traditional, if it's maybe a close grip, maybe diamond, maybe a handstand push-up, Maybe it's one of those crazy ones you'll see on Facebook, where they stretch their arms out and they go side to side. I love doing those. Those are fun. And when I'm done, I'm just like, yeah, I did that. That's awesome. So I've kind of gotten addicted to the non-traditional push-up. Even at my smallest, right after P90X, I couldn't do those. So I've gained strength to be able to push myself in ways that I couldn't before. So I have to remember, there are times where there are trade-offs. Yes, I may weigh more now than I did when my bride and I finished P90X. But there are, low fuel. Speaking of which, I need to eat something. I am low fuel myself. But there are days when I have to remind myself, the trade-off for having more weight is the ability to do more. And so that's not saying go out and eat whatever you want to. Not by any stretch of the imagination am I saying that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be buckling down real hard on my diet and nutrition so I can start shedding some fat. I'm going to go to a cutting phase. I'm not going to be cutting myself, but I'm going to be working on shredding fat while maintaining strength. And so I'm not going to lose as much fat and drop as much weight as quickly as I did like last year, but it should be sustained over the long term. So, all right, guys, I feel like I'm rambling. I am kind of depleted as far as my calorie intake. That's one of the downsides of fasted cardio, because this morning I did ease into 5K, which is an alternative to couch to 5K. So 36 minutes on the treadmill, 2.61 miles, slow and steady. I gotta build my legs up. I'd like to be able to run with my bride. That's a heartfelt desire of mine. It's something she's passionate about, so I want to be passionate about it with her. Does that mean I'm going to be running a half marathon? Not anytime soon. But what it does mean is that if we have time like we did yesterday afternoon when there are no kids in the house, I'd love to be able to just go for a run with her and for her to not feel like she's got to slow down at any drastic rate. So, I'd like it to push me, but also not be a hindrance for her. That's a heart's desire of mine. So you guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have some great meals planned. Remember, we're just ordinary people trying to live extraordinary lives. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.